welcome to today's mini practice. This is your holiday recovery. So after this past weekend, we had our holiday time, and I've been getting a lot of people saying my insert body part here is feeling a little off, or I'm a little tight here, or I'm just out of my regular routine and rhythm. My body needs a little extra stretch. So we're going to go through a few things today that will help those major areas of the body to kind of get back, hopefully, to more of a normal point. So starting with shoulders. We're going to take today a strap. So if you have a yoga strap at home, go ahead and grab that. Otherwise, a belt or even a long towel or an item of clothing will work. Something that you can hold between your hands in a pretty wide grip. So you can do this standing up. I'm just going to be kneeling here for the sake of staying in the frame. But you'll take your grip on the item that you have. Hands a little bit wider than your shoulders to start. And you can start by just taking this strap up overhead, maybe coming into a slight back bend, letting that strap come overhead, taking your gaze up, letting the shoulder blades kind of plug into your back, and then coming forward. And then I want you to see how far back your arms can go. You'll probably hit a stopping point. And if you can't get your arms any further, take that grip a little bit wider until you reach the point where your arms can drop all the way back behind you, keeping your arms reasonably straight. So we want to come into what we call shoulder flossing. So we're taking the hands down behind and up and over. And I want you to work to kind of the closest you can get your hands together, where you can still get your arms all the way down behind you. And then we'll take that little flossing motion just down and up behind the back a few times. You'll feel your chest open up, those shoulder blades hug together, and just kind of that nice little massage for the center of your back as we take it down and up, down and up. And as you come out of this, if you want to get a little side body stretch, you can keep your wide grip. Just let one hand drop down. You'll feel this along that opposite side, opening up that tug through your armpit, your side body. Back up to center. You can drop down to the second side. And then go ahead, come back up, release the strap. Quick pull forward here. You can interlace your fingers as you draw your knuckles forward, chin to chest. I think you're getting a slight rounding through the back, so we're pulling open that space between the shoulder blades. And then come back up to a neutral spine and shake it off. Next, we're going to come to what I call a belly hug breath. So this is to help aid with digestion and kind of stimulating those natural processes, putting some pressure around the belly. So coming out of the weekend of indulging, and maybe we're not feeling super great because we've eaten a lot more treats than usual, a lot more rich foods. We're just not in our normal patterns. We want to help the body kind of cleanse. So for this breath, we're going to start, and again, you can be standing or you could be seated for this. You're going to breathe in to open up to a slight back bend, elbows wide, letting the belly open and expand. And then as you exhale, think of pulling the navel straight back and then rounding forward. So from the side, you can see I'm breathing in, letting that belly puff out. Exhale, draw the navel in, round, really feel that squeeze through the center. So breath in through the nose and out. In and out. You can take it in through the nose and then out through the nose or mouth, whatever feels most natural to you. So getting a few rounds of this breath here. Really hugging it out, opening to expand, and then squeezing that pressure into the belly. So give that a few rounds just to feel some activation, in that activation of the core, getting those muscles awakened again as well. Next, we're going to come into a supported back bend. We've probably been doing a little extra sitting if you've had time off. Maybe that's hunching over, or if you've been out shoveling snow and kind of leaning over, we want to kind of reverse that motion or non-motion that's been settling into the body. So option, if you have yoga blocks, you can use 2 yoga blocks. And we'll bring one in the center of the upper back here. So that block is going to kind of hug, the shoulder blades will hug around the block as you lean back to your supported fish pose. Second block is here to support your head. You always want your head supported by something. So if that block is too high for your head to hit the floor, make sure you have that block. So this is option number 1, and it'll be a little more intense if you extend your legs long. Option number 2 is to grab either a bolster or a couple pillows off your bed to have lengthwise behind you. So the pillows can come right up to the back of the base of your spine. And just recline down, letting your heart open, arms come out by your sides. Again, same option to extend the legs. And you can stay here, kind of just relaxing into this supported shape for 3 to 5 minutes if you would like. So take as long as you need here, hit pause and come back. And then after our back bend, we're gonna move into a little bit of stretching for the hips. So again, if we've been sitting a lot, if we've been sitting in weird positions, maybe we're on the floor more than normal, things like that, we wanna really just open up a little. So we'll come to a wall, so you should have a wall at home, and you just bring one hip to the side and then swivel your legs up. So as we start here, you don't wanna have your hips all the way at the wall. You want a good, at least 6 inches, I'd say, to start, and then you can always adjust from there. We're gonna come into a figure 4 stretch. So right ankle to left thigh, and I'm gonna bring my left foot all the way onto the wall and bring that foot down to adjust the level of sensation outside this right hip. So that's already too much. You can move yourself further away from the wall, or if you want more, you can move closer to the wall, or just keep sliding that foot down. So you'll settle into a point where you feel a tug here outside the right hip. Let your arms rest by your sides. Take a few slow, deep breaths. Think of relaxing the low body into this stretch. And again, hit pause. You can stay here 3 to 5 minutes on this side, really working into that deep tissue along the outside of the right hip. And then we'll switch to the second side. So right leg extends, left ankle crosses. You'll slide your right foot down the wall. Again, working into that desired level of intensity, navigating by bringing your foot up and down the wall or moving your hips closer or further from the wall. So find that sweet spot here, a place to relax and settle in, a few breaths. Hit pause, take as long as you like. And then our final stretch is going to be a wide squat at the wall. So option to come a little bit closer if you'd like here. As you bring your feet to the wall, think of bringing them out apart and down toward the floor. So the knees are gonna open up. So this is kind of like our malasana or yogi squat, or similar to a happy baby where you'd have your feet up in the air. So think of just really opening up those inner thighs, finding a place where you can pause here, letting gravity do the work to help find some slight resistance in your wide squat. Pause, a few slow breaths. Stay as long as you like, and then gently start to guide your legs back together. You can roll off to one side to move away from the wall. So play with those, add on anywhere you think you might want a little something else, and hopefully this helps loosen up the body, bring you back to a state of what is more normal for you and your routine. And I'll see you in 2023.